So, and some would suggest that locating a data center in Sweden actually marginally increases the demand for electricity and therefore the production of carbon-based electricity in the Nordic system. In your opinion, from a global perspective, what would be the consequences of moving a data center from another location to the Nordics?
Well, of course, it depends on where you move from, but Sweden is already now one of the lowest emitting countries when it comes to power systems. Globally, we have 20 grams per kilowatt hours, and in many countries it might be 400 to 1,000 grams or even more. So already without doing anything extra yourself, you're quite good on carbon footprint with electricity in Sweden.
In terms of if you want to move to the Scandinavian countries and to Stockholm and you wish to get renewable electricity specifically built for you, is there a way to get this kind of contract?
Yes, you can build wind on contract. There are many players for that, and solar probably also coming up. And of course, you can have solar rooftop, which covers a tiny bit of your demand at least.
And if we move to another question, the current prices in the Nordic market is very, very low and probably too low to incentivize the companies to build any more renewable capacity. So if we want to get more capacity into the market in terms of renewable electricity, the prices needs to come up. This is of course a little bit of a double-edged sword that may discourage data centers to move here. In terms of long-run sustainable price levels for the renewable capacity to grow, what kind of price levels do we need in the market?
It depends on the time horizon, as costs for renewables is actually coming down while costs for other production sources are going up. And the price levels today do not support any new generation in Europe. So yes, somehow someone needs to get paid in order to build new capacity. That's for sure. But long-term, solar prices will halve again. And of course, that will not solve the energy demand, since you also need storage then and interconnectors. So there will always be a cost to energy. And today's levels are low, but that comes for the entire power system.
In terms of the price level in the Nordics, it seems like at least in a 5 to 10 year time horizon, it seems to be the result of a rather successful subsidy of renewable capacity coming into the system, particularly in Sweden and Norway, where we have the electricity certificates subsidizing production and new capacity from renewables. Could it be that we have a situation that is in the foreseeable future, 10 to 15 years, relatively low prices due to this subsidization of new capacity?
I think most forecasts point towards quite low prices going forward in the 5-10 year perspective.
And in the long term, are we foreseeing that any significant capacity will leave the market?
We have nuclear coming off grids in Sweden, step by step. But I think we have the time on our side, so we'll be able to build new capacity when needed. And we still do have a strong capacity situation in Sweden.